Hello. Yes, it's been quite a while. It's been like 6 months. And the camera angle's a bit different because over there is a lot of mess, and I can't be asked cleaning it to do a video. That's not really got any shush production value to it to begin with. So we'll just not. And I've got you on my other screen. So this is more of a just turn it off, of a post-mortem of my brain stopped working. It's like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, and my brain is just not working. Of my microphone, this one right here. This is my blue Nessie. So back when I bought this, I wanted to get a Blue Yeti. I wanted to get a Blue Yeti because it feels like something I could beat someone to death with. My good friend Steven had one, and it worked really well, and I wanted that. And they go, no, I don't have it in stock, but this one's pretty much exactly the same. It's actually better because it's newer. You know, it's got micro USB, and it has like this easy switch, and has a cool like thing, and I think another bit fell off it, which is hilarious. Like, okay, fine, cool. So I get that. It was the same price. And then, like, the first major problem I found was that, like, to move it around, like if you want to move it around, that's the mute button there, and it's touch sensitive. It's not like a push button. It's like if you brush your finger over it. So it's a capacitive button. That's the word, I think. So I would do that heaps and not notice because the light ring, this thing here, would be like down there, and you'd only see like this flashing light, and it was really hard to see. Which, I mean, it could be considered a good thing, but in my opinion, it wasn't. So I'd mute myself a lot. And that's really fucking annoying. But, you know, you deal with it. You got a nice, expensive mic. It picked up volume really well. It's fine. Then, like, this started to happen, and it turned out just to be the screws loosening over time. I guess that's fine. I tightened them up. That was fine. And then the bass started to fall apart. This is the bass. And after it finally broke, I sort of took it apart and realized why it broke, because I was trying to fix it, obviously. So this is the base here. And there's 3 plastic nubs that this bottom bit gets held into. Now the issue is that this bottom bit weighs more than this. Probably about twice as much. Because it's used to stabilize it, because the microphone is pretty lightweight and it needs something to keep it there. So it's a big, heavy ass metal plate. Held in with 3 screws into a piece of shit plastic. In the Australian heat, where the constant changing of temperature is probably going to make it brittle. So that's garbage. And it actually broke. And one of the screws, as you can see, one of the screw holes broke completely. One of them is half broken, and the other one, that one's sort of broken too, I guess. So the whole base fell at the bottom. It's like, okay, well, I just won't move it. I'll keep it there, and I won't move it. Then all of a sudden, it would stop responding halfway through a recording. Thankfully, I wasn't doing any recording at this time, but it was a pain in the ass because I was trying to make like voice calls and stuff, and I'd have to like shake it basically to get it working. Now, I hadn't let this really get to a point where it was too broken, but those 3 wires there had all fallen out. And I soldered them back on, and I did a pretty piss poor job because I don't have any of my tools available at the moment. But it was working, and then it just died. It stopped working completely. It'd get picked up. No, it wouldn't get picked up at all. So it wasn't the wiring, in my opinion, simply because those 3 wires go to the microphone. That's pretty sure that's that wire there that goes up to the mic. So it wasn't that. So something actually in the circuitry died. Which sucks. So I can't even like use this as a backup or a spare. I didn't really want to go out and buy a new one because this was like $200, and I don't really want to spend $200 on something I'm only going to use to make voice calls and maybe the occasional video in the future. But Boxing Day sales. For you Americans who don't have that, I don't think, you have your Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's Boxing Day for us. And Canadians have Boxing Day because I was over in Canada once for Boxing Day. And I bought myself as you can probably see in the box in the background, a red Blue Yeti, which is horribly confusing. So I finally have my Yeti. And already I remembered why I wanted one. So this thing is purely a desktop mic. You have to have it on a flat surface. Whereas the Yeti, and I'm sorry about any of the glitches that's going to go with the audio, has a microphone threaded base. So you can actually stick it on a microphone stand and have one of the swingy arm stand things. Another one, I'm just going to test it. Maybe. It's somewhat isolated because it has this adjustable base from the vibrations of the desktop. I don't know how well it works, but it seems to work okay. And the third thing is, this is heavy as fuck, this base. But it's not connected directly to the microphone. The stand is its own unit, and you can carry it by this big, heavy chunk of metal that is the stand. Sorry if the voice is going all over the place. So that means that the likelihood of it breaking apart is extremely low. On top of that, you got a actual physical mute button. So I can do this, and it doesn't mute it. So I'm tapping it fairly hard. And it would still keep going. It has 4 different mic settings instead of 3, and it has a gain knob. So I can turn the gain all the way down and be right up close to the microphone and hopefully not blow your ears out. Or I can turn it all the way up and whisper into it from this far, and it sounds like I'm blowing out your earphones. Which is cool. I do like that physical gain button for that, dynamic range you can have. But overall, it's just better built. Now that I have both in my hands, I can say yes, definitively both of these are better built. This one's better built. And it's red. I like red. My hair was meant to be red, but it came out orange. As for the rest, those who are interested in the videos that I used to put up, game collection and stuff like that, I haven't actually bought pretty much any games in the last 6 months. That's one of the main reasons I haven't made any videos. I bought God of War because I needed to replace the version of God of War that I lost, and then I ended up finding it, so now I have a copy of God of War. I bought Drive Club VR for a friend who wanted to play Drive Club on my VR. I was only like $10, so why not? And honestly, I don't think that's around. I think that's it. The only other interesting techie stuff I got was after 7 full months of bullshit, the 970 Evo Plus I bought to put in my old ass fucking computer, which doesn't have an M2 slot. I finally got it working because I had 3 separate Orico NVMe adapters and not one of them fucking worked. And the amount of bullshit I had to go through to get any kind of money back, and this one I haven't had a chance to do yet. But this was only $19, so I don't feel as bad. The other ones were $30. I got refunds for those. And I finally bought this Silverstone one with heat spreader built in, which, seems to work. The heat spreader seems to work. The actual card itself works. So now my computer boots fast. I've got all my coding stuff on my SSD. I've got my old SSD as my game drive, which isn't as fast as the NVMe because it's only SATA, but it's still pretty good, so my games load pretty snappily. So that's fun. I bought a new guitar amp, which is sitting under my desk, and I really can't be bothered getting it out. But it's a Boss Katana 200 2i or whatever the fuck it's called, on the 2 12-inch speakers, and I also got the what's it, GAF1, I think it's called GCF1, GAF1. Why am I reading this up and down? GAFC, not even close. GAFC foot controller. So the amp is awesome. I've been playing guitar since I was 18, so nearly 14 years. Well, over 14 years. Whatever. Irrelevant. And I hadn't bought myself a proper amp yet. I bought a practice amp that I used for ages and ages, and I was doing a gig, one of my first actual gigs. I've been doing singing lessons and stuff. I'm going to treat myself. I have enough money finally saved up. I'm going to buy myself a nice amp. So I spent $800 on the amp and the pedal and a bunch of guitar picks, which I highly recommend. These Dunlop Flow 1.5mm guitar picks. These are really friggin' nice. I bought a variety bag of Dunlop Flows. It's a 3 mil, I think, 2 mil, and this is a 3 mil. That's also a 2 mil. It's the same one. Yeah, I bought a variety bag of them to try them, and I got the 1.5 out of that. It turned out to be, it was like 810, and I'd been saving up for something, just to treat yourself, and it happened to be exactly the right amount, like pretty much down to the dollar. I think I had like 60 cents left over. So I thought, fuck it, why not? And then about a week later, the Katana Mark II comes out. I'm not usually one to have that sort of buyer's remorse, but God, that fucking shit me up the wall. It pissed me off so much that happened, because the Boss Katana is like a modeling amp, I guess, kind of. It has all the Boss effects pedals built in, and you can open up the software on the computer and like modify it and stuff, and download other people's stuff, and it's really fucking cool. But the software is kind of clunky, and the Mark II has new software which isn't as clunky, but they're not going to backport it to the Mark I, even though it's basically the same thing, and it allows you to do a couple bits more. But, I mean, I don't care. It sounds awesome. Hopefully I'll be able to do some recording through that soon. I have a mic that I can do vocals with now. The other one I could, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, so that's been that. As for going forward, I will be going back to making some of the videos, the Reef of the Multiplayer Monday and the podcast on that. Those will be coming back in the new year. Random Let's Plays, I said it last year, pretty much around this time, that I wanted to do more. I'll have time to do more in the new year. Maybe not January, but maybe February plus. What else? Yeah, and just the tech videos and the collection videos. Well, the collection videos will be on pause for a little bit, and you'll sort of see why going forward. As for the tech videos, they might be on pause, but yeah, sort of come and going. And the programming stuff, I'm hoping to bring back. I've got some, to me at least, some interesting shit I want to talk about. Stuff that I've been doing at work that, I mean, I can't exactly just release the source code and stuff I do at work, but just concepts and how they work, and sort of rewriting it on the fly to see if I can do it better, for one, and for two, seeing if, you know, out there is someone who can suggest things. I might even make it open source. I haven't really decided. But things to do with web tech, like GraphQL and stuff like that I've been working with. And yeah, so hopefully in the new year I'll actually have some content. I have a nice shiny mic. I haven't had a mic for 3 months since that one decided to do this. I'm honestly so fucking annoyed about this. This thing has been just a drain on my brain ever since I got it. Like, even when it would work, I would freaking, you know, I'd slightly move it, or I'd tap the desk and it'd sound like a hammer hitting the damn thing, and it's just fucking annoying. But yeah, now that I spent another $200 on a mic, I need to have an excuse to use it. So I guess I'll need to. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of money, and I don't like wasting money. Yeah, I kind of do. But yeah, that's it. I hope this has been somewhat enlightening. I hope you're looking forward to more stuff in the future. If there's anything specific, game-wise, collection-wise, Multiplayer Monday-wise you'd like to see, throw it down below. I'd say tweet at me, but I don't really use my Twitter. But it is KOTMFU, the same as my everything. I mean, if you want to find me, just search that, basically. And that's it. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the new year. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever else, and Happy New Year.